LLC. And next, I'd like to invite Cameron. Oh, just to the right, and then point it right here.
All right, well, thank you, TC New Tech, for having me. So my name is Cam Myers. I'm the director at Cam Myers Marketing, and I want to talk about the different changes that are going on right now in digital marketing. And there's three major challenges right now that companies are going through, and that's reaching the right audience, talent acquisition, so getting the right people in your business to help you through this digital transformation, and also getting a return on investment with social media marketing. So how do we reach the right customer? So to first do that, we really need to understand how targeting really works. So everybody in this room is most likely part of a social network, and we can target you based on a lot of different data that's out there. And this data is collected through data brokers. So these are companies that collect consumer information, they turn around and sell that information. Where is this information coming from? So it comes from your history on your computer and your cell phone. It also comes from merchant information. So if you purchase a laptop, there's a chance that your credit card provider or the actual retailer sold your information. Also TV and radio streaming, your cell phone providers, and also public information like you bought a new vehicle and registered it with the state of Michigan. So this here is Traverse City men and women 18 and older. This is an audience I created in Facebook for targeting to deliver ads to. And you can see down here, only 11% of this audience actually matches the criteria that I set, which is for retail spending and online purchasing behaviors. So the question is, who regulates all this data and what are the implications around privacy concerns? So right now, no one actually regulates this information that's being sold. So these companies, these data brokers, they turn around and sell this information to Facebook, to Twitter. Advertisers are buying this for targeting. Nobody can actually verify any of this data. And there's obviously privacy concerns. We're going to see legislation moving forward. So there's a better way, and we can prepare for these regulations, and we can also reduce the amount we're spending online advertising. And that's through content marketing. This is a really talked about topic today, and it's a really confused topic as well. So what it's not meant for. So content marketing is not meant to directly sell your products or services online. It serves a specific function in your marketing process. So what it does do is it qualifies and segments your audience and also reduce your advertising costs. Now that's a lot of different words, so what does that mean? So let's say that my roof is leaking. I want to fix it myself. I'm going to do a Google search, how to fix a leaking roof. Now I'm going to come to an article that populated in Google search, and it just so happens to be from somebody who sells roof sealant, right? I'm not going to go buy their product just because they released an article. But what they are going to do is they're going to deliver ads to me around the internet on different social networks because they know that I have a problem, that I have a leaking roof. So these companies that do this, they don't have to target, people based on homeownership or how much money you make or where you're located. You self-identified your problem, raising your hand, that you bend their content. So that's the power of content marketing, is that you can identify people's problems by skipping past all this data. So how should you be investing in content right now, preparing for all the changes that are going on? And I have a couple of recommendations. Number one, if you're a business owner or a marketing executive, you need to be investing in a good website. So that means staying away from drag and drop websites. Also want to hire an SEO professional to set the site up properly. If you're not indexed properly with Google and set up the right way, you're not going to be visible in search results. It's also important to build a customer avatar, which I'll touch on later. It's also important to do keyword research. I recommend Moz Pro, which is a program that I use with all my clients, and it tells you the exact search volume people are searching for and the difficulty of ranking on the first page of Google. It's also important to do a content calendar. So once you do this keyword research, it's important to list this stuff and actually start to execute this plan and mapping out your whole year. Talent acquisition, we're short on time, so I'm going to briefly touch on this. So you can do this in-house or you can outsource. Sites like freelancer.com or upwork.com are great for that. Obviously, getting your staff involved in content production is important as well. So social media. So how do we get a return on investment with social media? Just to give you an idea how problematic this is right now. So a survey done this year with executives from the American Marketing Association, 44% of executives said that they could not show the effectiveness of money they spent on social media. 36% said they had a good sense of what it did, but they don't have any proof to back it up. And then 20% said that they know it's effective, but they don't really know the significance in their sales process.
You can keep going, and it's going to carve into your 5 minutes.
Sure. I'm going to skip past some other stuff. This is the main point here. So how can we battle these things that are going on, this big challenge? How do we capitalize on social media? Because everybody's there. So with your paid advertising on social media, we want to focus on building retargeting audiences. So if you're a company that had that article about how to fix your roof, we need to maximize and build our own audiences for retargeting instead of targeting people based on all this different data criteria. Also, you want to stay away from targeting financial or buying behavior data because it's completely inaccurate and very expensive. And also, if you are advertising on Facebook, it's important that, in my recommendation, that you stay off of the Facebook audience network. So that is targeting people on different websites around the internet, and Facebook doesn't have any transparency at all about what websites are actually being targeted here. So we're staying off that as an agency. Also, my recommendation, if you're trying to build your company right now and really focus on this big shift that's happening in digital marketing, I recommend focusing the majority of your time on Facebook, as it's highly advanced compared to every other platform out there. For example, you can retarget people based on the videos they watch at your business release. There's so many different combinations. But as we're limited on time, and I already went over, if anybody wants help with their content strategy and get in the right direction, I built a content strategy toolkit that you can download to build a customer avatar. That's where you really get into the challenges and problems that your prospects face that you can create content around to deliver ads to them. And you can do that at cammeyers.com/dcnewtech. And I guess that wraps it up there. Any questions at all? Sure.
Outside of Facebook, are you looking at Instagram or Snapchat in the future? I know that it's not the most marketable right now because the generation is a little younger, but how do you see that becoming more of a player in the near future?
Sure, thank you for your question. So Instagram is really important. It's actually part of Facebook's network right now, so you're able to target people through Facebook Ads Manager onto Instagram. Instagram is the fastest growing network right now. Snapchat, no one really knows how to fully grasp what it is yet. They just had their IPO. And also, Snapchat, it is the younger network, but that's important because no one really understands how to advertise millennials right now. So it is an outlet that's millennial dominated, so we're going to continue to see people advertise there, but Instagram is going to be a big player right now for sure.
You work mostly with consumer-facing companies or B2B companies?
Good question. So I've worked with both. I've learned to try to stay away from B2B. B2B is really complex right now. It's far behind B2C. But mostly we work with venture capital firms and a lot in the travel industry, and also SaaS, software as a service as well. Thank you. Sure.
So if I go to this website here, you mentioned a toolkit avatar. What is?
Yeah, so I'll explain a little bit more about that. So you can download a customer avatar. So that's really, it's a form where you're going to figure out the wants and needs and pain points and challenges of people that would want to buy your product, and also their online behavior. So it's a worksheet that will help you plan out a targeting strategy. There's also a content calendar that's really easy to use to plan out how to implement all this stuff, and a full guide with instructions about how to do that. Thank you.
In terms of talent acquisition, other than posting a job, what are some strategies that
that you're looking at?
Sure. So I definitely had to cut it short on that. So major problem right now, getting the right people in your business. So the one thing that I can recommend is you want to start to make employees do more things. You want to train them. So like digitalmarketer.com is a company that I recommend. They have a training like certification where you can at least start to get your employees that handle administrative tasks and different things like that, just start doing more digital skills, digital marketing skills. So certain things are easier to outsource, like content production, strategy and different things like that. You really got to start training your staff. This is a direction that we're not going to turn away from, where the average employee is going to have digital marketing skills, for sure.
So what consulting packages or services do you offer small businesses or startups?
Sure, thank you. So a lot of different things that we can do. I'd say, as far as packages, we don't really do packages because every business is really different. And I'd say what sets us apart is where some companies focus, like, we're Facebook experts or we're Google search experts. We really focus on all the different channels to get them to work together. But we definitely work with a lot of different small businesses. And, as far as packages go, certainly we can talk about that after if you'd like.
Thank you.